What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Holy fucking shit, guys. Konami just dropped a bombshell when it comes to the master rules, and they basically just announced kind of a little amendment to the link summoning mechanic that just allows you to do some fucking insane things. So you guys know, ever since the announcement of link summoning and the link mechanic and the new board, we have basically known that this is going to be super important, the extra monster zone, and that you basically want to get to it as quick as possible. In fact, Konami kind of described it as a mad dash to get to that zone so that you could control it, so that you can kind of open up your board through links and link cursors and whatnot. And they were saying that each player can only control one. Turns out that there is actually a way for you to control both zones, which is that's fucking, oh my god, this shit is just so fucking insane. So they basically just actually announced something called Extra Link, and it's a new mechanic that lets you control both extra monster zones. This shit is just, it's fucking insane, right? So it says right here, take advantage of Extra Link. Use both extra monster zones by mutual linking. When I read that, I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? What am I reading? This is not what they told me. Like, this is not the future they warned me about. All right, let's read it. It says, when every monster from one extra monster zone all the way to the other extra monster zone has monsters that are linked with each other, that is known as an extra link. This is the only way for a player to use both extra monster zones. And then they actually talk about, they go into a little more detail what extra linking is and what mutual linking is and how that you can further do this, guys. But just know that it is 100% possible from the beginning of the Vrains era to actually control both extra monster zones, which that's fucking mind-blowing. So you're saying that if I open Godly, I can basically just lock you out of link summon? That's like Vanity's Emptiness. Like, you basically can just control both of these. You can control all fucking, that's 7 zones. You can now have 7 fucking monsters on the board, guys. Wrap your fucking head around that. Like, this is insane. I've been saying that I thought that the Vrains era was going to be a lot like Zexal, and when I say that, I basically mean that I feel like from this point on, from Code of the Duelist on, 90% of the extra deck monsters are going to be link focused, and it kind of does look like that. But I think that the way the game is actually going to be played, I think that it looks like, if you've seen you know, combos with like links, it seems very hyper synchro. Like, I think it kind of looks like 5Ds. Like, if you guys ever remember the 5Ds era and how decks were like hyper synchroing in Teledad, where you'd synchro for a Goyo, a Stardust, and a Thought Ruler, maybe all on one turn by using a bunch of cards. That's kind of how link summoning seems to me. You know, Zexal wasn't very, like, there weren't a bunch of hyper exceed decks and stuff like that. Sorry about that. Fucking telemarketers call me while I'm making a video. But anyways, what do you guys think of this? Does this change your opinion on the link summoning and the Vrains era? I kind of thought that they were going to do something like this at some point of Vrains, but I thought that it wasn't going to be until like the very end of Vrains, like maybe in the 3rd year, or I thought maybe, I don't know, around the midway point, like the 6th booster pack, that they would release some really fucking stupid broken link monster that would let you use both extra monster zones. But I always thought that it would be like a card that got banned. It would be like an Exciton Knight or a Zen Mighty type shit, where they're just like, oopsie, we made you a little too broken. We didn't realize that you were that OP. I didn't think that they would just do it from the fucking beginning. Like, this is just insane. I like the idea more of them just accidentally putting it into a broken card, because then they can just like ban that card and we can just have our fun for 6 months and it can just kind of be done. Them putting this shit from day one, I don't know. My initial reaction is this kind of seems like a mistake, because I do get that it's going to be difficult to do this, but if they release a link if they release a link archetype like Infernity or something that's very, very fast, you know that it is going to happen. Like, people are going to make broken combos. They're going to build decks around it if they can find them, where basically they just summon into both of them. And especially with Soul Charge in the game, guys, like, understand that since link summoning is very similar to synchro summoning, a lot of link decks are going to use Soul Charge. Link decks don't really, or Xyz decks don't necessarily need Soul Charge, because, you know, it doesn't naturally work that well with the mechanic. But synchro decks abuse Soul Charge, and my first impressions is that Link should probably be using Soul Charge as well, because, you know, summon Tour Guide, Link summon with Sangan, get a search, and your Sangan goes to the graveyard, bring that shit back and get a, well, no, I think Sangan's once per turn, but you guys get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this shit might definitely be possible to do turn 1. So you guys let me know, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already.